Hi, this is Dr. Alexis Samaniego with Davenport and Poinciana Chiropractic and Injury Centers. And today we're going to talk about some exercises for your shoulder, okay? A lot of patients come in with shoulder pain, shoulder complaints, injuries after car accidents of the shoulder, that type of thing. And I'm going to show you some really good exercises as to how to fix the shoulder. We're going to talk more about injuries to the shoulder and why these exercises are so important in another video. But today I just want to basically show you some of the exercises. So a lot of times when you're working with the shoulder, you want to work on the back of your shoulder because we get a lot of work in the front of our bodies. We do a lot of this, we do a lot of computer work, that type of thing. So you want to get more of the back of the shoulder, okay? So one way that you can start out, and this comes from an orthopedic surgeon that wrote a book about shoulder injuries and shoulder pain. The first way to start out is just kind of hanging from a bar, okay? So we have a bar here. I'm gonna get my hands up over top, and I'm just gonna kind of hang, okay? My feet are on the ground, so I'm not necessarily stressing my hands or anything. As much as you can, get as little of support as you can. If you can hang 100%, that's great. If you can use your feet, whatever you need to do to be able to hang with your arms straight overhead, stretching out your arms, your shoulders, and your back for about 5 minutes, okay? According to the orthopedic surgeon that wrote the book, you should hang for about 5 minutes. And I've found doing it myself at home and with other patients that about the 5-minute mark is a really excellent place to start with this hanging exercise, okay? So just super basic. Grab onto a bar and just hang, okay? Get your arms straight over your head. Let your arms totally go up, right? So you don't keep your shoulders tucked or anything, no muscular contraction at all. Let your arms go straight up overhead, ears come up to your shoulders, and just hang for 5 minutes, okay? Now, once you've done that, you can do some pulling, okay? So remember, we're gonna try to work on the back of the shoulder. So this is called the horizontal pulling. There's vertical pulling, which pulls from down up to down, and then there's horizontal pulling, which pulls on the horizontal plane, right? So we're pulling from front to back. So you could do it on a machine like this, okay? Basically get it set up, you would grab, kind of get everything in line, and then pull with your elbow. So you're gonna pull. You should feel all the back of your arm contracting. You're gonna pull, okay? The other thing that's important is that you pull high. So you pull at the height of your shoulder. You don't want to pull down here because that's going to pull with your back muscles. You want to pull high. That's going to pull all the back of your shoulder, okay? You should feel all this contracting when you're doing the pulling motion, okay? So again, just pull. And you pull with your elbow. If you feel your bicep contracting or the front of your shoulder, you're pulling with your arm, and that's not the way to do it. You want to pull with your elbow so you feel it all in the back of your shoulder, okay? You could also do it with an elastic band at your house. You don't have to have a fancy setup like this. So you just grab the band and you go ahead and pull, okay? And pull. This is horizontal pulling. Now, another thing that you can do is called the TY exercises, okay? The reason it's called TY, one of them is I turn my body into a T, right? So my arms are at my shoulder height, I'm essentially a T. The other one is a Y, so I'm gonna turn myself into a Y during the exercise, okay? These are both gonna work the back of the shoulder, the upper trapezius, lower trapezius muscles, all important muscles for your posture and keeping your shoulders healthy. So the way we're going to do it is we are going to grab the band, okay? I'm going to start with an overhand grip on the band, meaning I'm grabbing the band like this with both hands. And I'm going to turn myself into a T. And a T, okay? You notice that my arms are going at my shoulder height. I'm turning my body into a T, okay? My fists point back, I turn my body into a T, okay? The other one is going to be a Y. With the Y, you want an underhand grip. So I'm going to grab this underhand like this, right? And then I'm going to get into my position and I'm going to turn myself into a Y. And then a Y. Y, okay? So that would be the T exercise. This would be the Y exercise. Now, an important note, keep your rib cage down, okay? You do not want your rib cage doing this as you pull. You don't want to do this. You don't want to stick out your stomach as you pull. That's not what we're trying to do. You keep your rib cage down, you keep your chin tucked, and you pull, or you pull, or you pull, keeping your rib cage down. If your rib cage comes up, you're using your big latissimus, your big back muscles basically again, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to work the back of the shoulder and the upper back muscles in general, okay? So this is Dr. Alexis Samaniego from Davenport and Poinciana Chiropractic and Injury Centers. That was 3 really quick and easy things that you can do at home. You can do it on a daily basis to help your shoulder stay healthy and make sure that you can eliminate any shoulder pain or anything naturally, right? If you have a full tear of a muscle, well, you may need a surgical intervention, that type of thing. But generally, when it comes to shoulder pain, it's that you're having tendonitis and just your shoulder is just generally upset with you. And so making the muscle stronger, especially the guys that never get any work, making them stronger, you're going to end up eliminating your pain naturally, right? Because it's going to be a healing of the problem rather than just a masking with medication, okay? And we, although I think medication is very important, I want you to be as healthy as possible, and that means healing the problem, fixing the cause of the problem, not just medicating yourself. So this is Dr. Alexis Samaniego from Davenport and Poinciana Chiropractic and Injury Centers. If you have any questions about these exercises, feel free to give us a call or find us online at yourfloridachiropractor.com. That'll be down below in the explanation of this video, okay? Nice to talk with you. See you later.